So unfortunately, I just by mistake cut that video off, so I'll make that a part 1, and this will be a part 2. So they said that, you know, I had a lot of things that are good for white people, like subscribing to Cosmo. And that's my point. It seems to be something with these people, and it seems to be racist. It seems to be based on what they think I should like versus what I actually like. They said, oh, my voice sounds white. I don't sound white. You know, I see a black person right here in this magazine. So I don't understand what the point is for them trying to say that I did things that I didn't do, saying I'm not, I guess, black. You know, it's the whole idea of them trying to control and dictate what I should be and who I should be at 49. But this has always been me. Like, this is from 1997. In the 90s and the 80s, I liked magazines also. That was another thing they said. They said, oh, they wanted to see if they were the first ones to introduce me to magazines. No, they weren't. I always had magazines. And I just don't understand how at 49 these people think that they can have a conservatorship or guardianship over me. You know, it's just weird. It's just weird. So as we're going, you know, as I'm going over things and I'm looking over things, I'm posting things on the eBay account so that I can just start to sell some stuff and get on with my life and get my life back. You know, I want to do as much as I can now with my life, because this took up so much of my time and energy. And see, it's funny. They said, well, you used to talk about stuff. But I read magazines. I read the paper. I like the news. I talk about all sorts of things that are going on in life with people. So they wanted to hold that against me. Like, oh, look, you're talking about this or you're talking about that. They said, oh, they didn't want me to start writing like sort of about certain issues because they thought that would affect them. It wouldn't affect them. They're not in my life. So like when you look at, you see how this agony column, this is why I loved magazines. I hope magazines and newspapers get back into print, because this is why I love it. These little things that we used to read were fun to talk about, fun to read. And, you know, now when they're bringing these things up, these are things that we all talked about. So they're like, oh, did you say that old men have an old man smell? I don't know, but if I did, that's funny. That's funny. That's something that in like life that would be kind of funny to talk about. And that's my point. They think that I would run away from anything. I don't. I tend to be who I am. And that's part of why they're upset. So I don't find anything wrong with that comment. They thought I would. You know, and that's my point with these people. So when they try to say, well, you were this way or you were that way, it doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, I don't understand where this is coming from. But anybody who